Hey people, Kate Link here. How are we doing? So, we're going to have a quick look and just my opinion on this fella, this Qatari Marshal, Tan Gidar, and just what I think about him. There's a neat little trick you can do with him, and we'll just have a quick look over some of his skills. Now, out of all the ad mech, this guy is probably one of my favourite because he just looks ace. I think he's got a lot of kind of potential in the game at the moment, and also I think he's got a lot of future potential. He can kind of do quite a bit, this guy. So we'll have a quick look through his skills first, and then we'll have a quick look at this kind of like great little neat trick you can do with him if you get him in the right place. So Tan Gidar, the Qatari Marshal, he only has the one trait. I've lost my words, and that's just mechanical. And this is what's interesting with this guy, and that's this skill, Doctrina Imperatives. Now I think he's the only character, if I'm not mistaken, in the game that can kind of change. I have a change skill like this. A little tip: if you are still going through the campaign, this does kind of. There's like some of the missions where you have to use abilities more than once for Imperial, and this actually does work. So if you can get him kind of nice little cheat in a moment, I think it's going to be fixed. You go back and you can keep using his skill, and it does count up. And then with some of the missions, just a nice little cheaty little tip there. If you're going through some of the missions and you haven't done it already, you can just keep using his skill. It's kind of like it's fun, but it's gonna get kind of. I think sorted out in the next patch anyway. So what Tan does is switches between these two imperatives. So you've got one which kind of like gives armor, and then the other one is like kind of giving more damage. So the protector one is the armor where you can kind of like get the troops then, but then also you've got the imperative one, the conqueror one, where you can affected units will deal more damage. Like I said, this is at level 50, so it's pretty nice. And it's kind of like this ability can be used once per turn, but like I say, you can keep using it every other turn. It's kind of getting it into the right place with this guy, using it at the right time, which we'll talk about shortly in a while. So his next skill is the Control Edict. So while the Protector Imperative is active, as I said, he then gets one of his summons, this Qatari Vanguard, in a free adjacent hex. Cannot have more than 5 at the moment, level 50. I think it's level 35, if I'm not mistaken, where you can have 3 summoned at the same time. And the Conqueror one, when that's active, all friendly adjacent summons also immediately attack the target if within a range. And that's where you can get this kind of like crazy damage from if you can get them in the right place. The actual stats for the Vanguard at level 50 are pretty nice also. So we'll have a quick deep dive and have a look at him in action. As for the rest of his skills, got normal movement at 3, Toxic, which is pretty nice, physical damage, which will help in some of the future missions and some of the legendary events in the future. His health is kind of standard, armor's not too bad for a guy with just a coat on, and his damage is pretty neat also. So he's a pretty, I think, a middle kind of tier character. So we'll have a look at him in action now anyway. So I've kind of zoomed in a little bit so we can see. So this is against a big old Screamer Killer, and with this kind of setup, you're going to need Actus, I'll get the name right, just next to him, as you can see, because then he just gives him an extra go. So as soon as Actus does a revive, which you just seen, gives him another chance, and then to let's just pause it there. So you can see at the moment we've got 2 Vanguards, purely because the first turn he just got the Vanguard out, second turn, same turn, sorry, and then Actus kind of healed him up. Repair, I think it's called, a mechanical way. So that gives him another attack, which then he can kind of summon another guard. So it's all about getting them guards around you. So we're going to go to the next turn. Luckily that drone gets out of the way, so we can kind of get another one. I probably should have moved, in hindsight, Reavers out of the way also, which the drone's going to move now. There we go. So now we can go to, he does a hit. There we go. So now it's all about kind of changing. Gets the other hit there, which is a bit of a waste, but it's a hit. So we're going to get to the next turn. It's all about changing then to the next imperative now. Kind of got 3 summons, which is a nice happy number. So you want to go to the next imperative so you can start getting more damage and also forcing them summons around you to keep going. So as you can see, I'll just quickly pause it after he's done it. Scream's on the go. So that's one. That's as you can see, one attack there. So one summons, all for summons. Sorry, I should say, gets 1 attack. So that's 1 attack. Next, we're going to get him Tan to go to there. There we go. So now you see Tan then goes to the next one, which means that when he attacks, anyone adjacent to him and he summons will get to attack again. But also, if Actus does that nice healing ability, he gets to attack again, which makes all the summons attack again. So that's why, it sounds confusing, but that's why you're going to get 3 attacks per round from now on. If you can keep in this nice little bubble, every time, every round, you're going to get 3 attacks, all from the summons. And it's pretty decent numbers, so we're going to get going. So you can see again, he attacks. There goes the summons, bang, bang, bang. And that was from Actus healing him. So he's still got an attack left. Going to go for the attack anytime now. Bang, there we go. And then another summons. Dude, that's 3 times that one round that the summons get to shoot. And they're doing like 3k a time as well. So each round they're doing about 9k, just over 9k, which is pretty sweet to be fair. At times the 3, do you know what I mean? Plus the damage that he's doing himself, as you can see there. It's just constant numbers building up. So he's doing about 30k per round between just them and the summons, which is just pretty sweet little trick. Like I said, you've got to get it in the right place. It works well against this boss. I think it's going to work quite well also against the tank boss. As for other bosses, it's going to be quite difficult because some of the bosses move around. I think he'd be quite good at the Silent King also. I think if you can get in the right kind of place there with him, if he's on his throne, it might be a bit difficult. I'm not too sure with that one. It'd be interesting to test that out though for the future. So there it is. I just wanted to share that nice little trick. If you've got him, like I say, you do need Actus to kind of give him that extra couple of rounds so you can kind of build up your vanguard. If you haven't got Actus, then it's just probably by the time you get to round 3 is when you're kind of looking then to kind of change over and get at least a couple of rounds and then doing that. Where else do I think this guy's pretty good? He's going to be great in Arena, I think, with the summons. I think out of all the summoners, this guy is going to be quite up there with your Archimatos, your Yarick. He's a decent summoner, to be fair. I do think what just makes him a great summoner is just the support he gives, also with like the kind of the extra damage, the extra armor he can do for all their adjacent mechanical units. So because he does that and the summons, it kind of makes him an all-round decent character. So I just thought I'd share my view on that. Like I said, don't forget the neat trick at the moment where you can use the skill to boost up your missions. That does kind of help at the moment, and that will be nerfed in the future. I'm sure in the next patch. But let me know what you guys think in the comments below. I mean, this event, we're coming towards the end of it now, so probably a lot of people out there have already got him or close to getting him. Let me know what you guys, have you got him? What do you think of him? Have you been testing him out? Is there any areas you think he really excels at, or are you just not happy with him? Just let me know in the comments below anyway. So thank you for watching this video. Please don't forget to check out some of my videos and also hit that like and subscribe button on your way out. Take care. Bye-bye.